That's why we see so many change up in how things are working out. But for now, seems like nothing new is under the sun other than the fact that, no, I guess Unique will just take vehicles and drive to Fairpier. I was just like, they could be going Primorsk, but no, I think it's just because they realize now, wait, so Erangel is not coming down here? I guess we'll, And fun thing being, Erangel used to be a North George team for a very long time, but then they kind of changed up things as they changed their personnel. But, well, now they've gone back to their old habits. So we'll see them go back up north. We need a home. They will get looted up in South Georgia as well, so nothing new under the sun there. But a little bit of a change up. We talked about this not being a military plane, and when we don't get those, well, that center only gets more condensed with players because Meteor Megas, they have shown their presence up there once again.
Yeah, that's where we're going to have to look at how people make the adaptation into it, right? It's what's the contingency plan when you get one of these planes? How do we maneuver around it a little bit? Kebabs, we still haven't seen too much from them. They're right down at the bottom of the scoreboard there. But this time they got everyone in the server. This time they are split up just a little bit, but are they going to be aware and looking around and saying, all right, okay, Unique, you've changed up a little bit here. Do we try and contest you in any way?
We'll see now. Why not do the same exact thing 4 games in a row? 4 games west, and for
Toby,
a team
put
in
your phone away.
Elgiganden, if I could have interrupted you there before, I was like, please don't go west. So that would have been the opposite of what my phone was telling me to do. But if you're a team in Elgiganden, getting western planes with western circles, when you really, really want to go to Lipovka and Mansion Split, I mean, that's it's gonna be frustrating, right? Because you're already fighting teams to get vehicles getting on over here. I mean, we saw players go down for their team in the first and in the third make that game. Sorry, it's just annoying with annoying on it. Now, well, they have to drive through all these teams again, and this time around, Meteor Megas, they're out here as well, so they're going to be sort of a factor for teams like Sweat and Nerds and Reciprocity when they're rotating on in.
Well, that was what we were seeing previously, right? Besiktas, Elgig, they'd love to take this Lipovka area, and then we'd see, obviously, Mil to be taken over by Erangel. Erangel have not had a single chance to take Mil to power.
Nope.
On any of these games thus far. And now, okay, they started with Zaki. Now they've gone on to North Georgia Pole, like you said, was one of their old stomping grounds. But either way, it doesn't matter too much for them because they've always been within the top 8 placements. Other than one game where they went out in 11th.
That's the thing. You can only take so many things away from, oh, you're getting the good looting spot or the bad looting spot. There isn't, I mean, unless if you really, really try to shoot yourself in the foot, I would say of all of the somewhat legitimate looting spots we have that we are using in competitive play, with the loot settings that we have in the super settings as well, there isn't any spot that's bad. The only spot that's bad is maybe where Simsi is, because he is north of Stalper. I guess he forgot to jump out of the plane. But I mean, even for him, he could probably get inside the circle without any damage done towards him, right? Sure, you have to think a little more because there's so many more teams you have to drive either past or through or wait for them to go before you kind of deal. But there isn't really a used looting spot with 16 teams in Erangel that's bad. It's only bad because of the teams that land next to you.
That's what we're going to be seeing, though. That's what we're going to watch unfold. Is we've seen the same circle. We've seen this multiple times now.
Yeah.
How have teams adapted themselves to all of this? Because I want to know, okay, who's going to make a big change here? Erangel, you've dropped down a little bit, right? You've gone a bit further south into it. You're already in the circle now, which is positive for you. You don't have to move at all for a little while. But you've been also having little battles. You had Sweaty Nerds at one point. You had to fight off against Quick Math at one point. So how are you going to deal with where they're rotating and how they're adapting to things?
Also, you haven't really, I mean, so many teams, we talked about this earlier, has given you room. Oh my God, it's Erangel. Oh, let's go the other direction. But now we have these sort of teams that's like, well, if we don't start shooting, we ain't never going to get into top 8.
Exactly.
And they will take that fight with you, and sure, they might not win it, but they will get you knocked once. They will get you knocked twice. They will take off a helmet or something similar. And it's going to play a factor. Well, all of a sudden, we don't have 10 opponents. We have 15 in the lobby, right? They will all start shooting. And I guess that just took a week for teams to really realize that, well, you're capable. Might as well pull your weight when it comes to killing.
Now, Quick Math, you just saw on your screens there, they have not had some of the best games, right? We spoke quite highly of them yesterday, last week, even not yesterday. Yesterday, we were speaking about them, but we just weren't on camera, so it does kind of work. But overall, it is Quick Math that was a team that we looked at and said, okay, they're in second place behind Erangel, they should be doing good. They've dropped right back down now. They need to step things up again.
They're a team that have been very, very impacted by, same as we see right here, Sweaty Nerds, by this whole Erangel in North George / Sarky thing. they have not been prepared for that at all. And I mean, honestly, I wasn't either. I know they would go up there if the plane was for it, but we've only seen them go Prim and multi-power really consistently enough to say, well, that's where they're going to go.
Yeah.
I believe they had one game last week as well. They went Sargi, but that was, again, because the plane was right up there. So why wouldn't they? One of those things, right? But even when the planes haven't been straight for Sargi, but going like straight over Primorsk, as you said yourself, they've been up there anyway. They've committed to it. And it makes sense. It's a good place to go, especially now that North George is open. And, well, I mean, planes, circles have been Western, so why not go there?
Hey, take advantage of those circles if it does work out in your favor. And it's really just a testament, right, to how teams react to this kind of stuff going on. Now, like I said, I expected Avangard to stay where they were for a while. MYM, though, they're going to see Reciprocity going ahead of them. Flowey doesn't want to take any more shots just yet. Fingwin joined into it, and he actually gets knocked down by Raffi, though. So now Reciprocity say, wait a second, you dared to fire shots at us? Ha! We'll come straight back to you. Flowey all alone. They should be aware of his position because he did go to fire up onto him. They've just now got to have a little bit of a more cautious understanding of this. The sprays come out. Flowey's eating a lot of damage. Fingwin's been killed off. And MYM, it's not looking good for them once again.
And this is also a thing that we haven't really seen from Reciprocity. Reciprocity is a team that they'll do those smart rotations, and if they're getting shot at, well, okay, well, we'll just take the next compound because we'll outsmart you when it comes to Circle 4 and Circle 5. But now, see if Flowey can get this. Gets down the first knock. Where's the refrag? Where's the refrag? There it comes. Great play. A little late. A little scary, but he got it in the end. Smart play from him right there. But, I mean, that's what I was saying. Reciprocity is a team that, if we don't get the circle immediately, well, we'll just take another spot. If we don't get that compound that we wanted, then we'll go in later. This time around, pull on full Besiktas. Well, you shoot at us. We'll turn around and start plowing on you. And there's an MK14, 15X. Might not want to use that on a DMR, but nonetheless, good crate to be picked up by whatever team wanting to go for that.
Now, Besiktas, been a bit of a quiet set of games from them, right? We saw them starting to make their rotations over. Swarm, they've been engaged in so many fights consistently here. Losing a player early on is less than ideal for them. They've got Unity hot on their heels. Aoya's been knocked as well. And Unity, they are just going to keep applying this pressure.
And especially, I mean, one thing is that they're losing players early, but look at where they're losing players. They are miles outside the circle, and winning for Wizards, they could third-party this. We're talking kilometers outside of the circle, and all of these guys seem like they want to fight it out. Like, you know what, it doesn't matter where we are. We'll take this fight. We'll show who are the kings of Yasnaya. And seems like Wizards, well, they've stopped their vehicles. They've heard all the fire and all the shots fired, I guess I should say. And, well, why not get that third party in? You need the kill points.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need, right? To come into this, take a few more names, take a few more kills, and say, all right, we aren't out of this just yet as this fight continues to go on. Broken trying to get himself out of there. Ooh, okay, I'll give him style points. Yeah, he can have that. He stayed alive. He made it work. Now, Wizards. Element of surprise. Dashtish just going to run straight into this, and he runs straight into his doom. Shots coming out towards him. He wasn't ready for it. And Unity, they are not in a good position here. Just two players left up to fight this off, and Wizards, they're all over the rocks.
Dash seemed more confused than me by what he was doing right there. Not at all sure where to expect the opponents to come in from T-Bone. Trying to tap away with the suppressed SKS right there. Ooh, orange, no, left, right, jump duck. Dodges the bullets at least for now. But for Wizards, I mean, I know they're a team that'll hold rotations and do all these sort of things, but you might want to... I mean, if this circle goes southwest, you have a long, long way to go, buddies. And look at this once again. Desperado and El Giganten trying to hold each other off. I mean, I guess it's more of Desperado trying to hold El Giganten off, and El Giganten saying, please, let us go.
Ooh, Savage avoiding so many bullets there. Calvin Klein unable to hit the shots off. Savage has been tagged up, finally does go down. He won't be able to crawl away from that. And Elgig are just going to have to back away. They do not want to go into this. It's just not worth it.
Not at all. They've let them plow on through so many times. Desperado this time around, though, they were ready for it. They sat down there. They waited. They knew they were going to come this direction. And they made them pay. One guy taken down early on. And Circle... well, up towards Everest, up towards Gatka, still plenty of open fields up there to play around. A few compounds available for teams that want to come in from the south, but look at what's happening up north. All these teams trying to cross the river.
Simsy as well. He went all the way from Stalba.
Yeah.
He was in a position miles away from his teams. He forgot to jump out, and then he goes, actually, I'm getting away with this. I'll let the other teams fight it off. And for God,
no, this is funny because Lechibov just ran over Apocalypse.
Oh,
and then he rests him, and then he ran him over again. Maybe there's some intern beef going on, right? They're like, He's like, yeah, maybe he has to pay for something he did last game. I don't
Step
know.
it
But
up, bro.
Mithralius goes down now as well. I mean, this is dangerous for them. We talked about them. They just made it inside top 8. They cannot have these mistakes happen now.
My tilt is on like a whole nother level when it comes to this. Like, I'm just sat here thinking, how? Why?
Yeah.
Like, you guys are the pros. You should not be making these mistakes. And this is giving Avangard, look, they've wasted so much time. It's given Avangard a chance now to do further damage off towards them.
Look at Snoopy, though. I'm not sure that he realizes that Lazza is right next to him. Look at the positioning. Headshot coming in, and Snoopy caught off surprisingly there. Pulls out the Scar, and now he has to do something with this, but he's running back off. Smart play from him, because they're still missing 2 players.
Again, this is it, right? This is where Avangard start to shine. They know when to engage and they know when to back away.
Yeah.
Bring the teamwork fire into it. And Max is all, look at the distance. He's like, all right, I got my 8 times. You make a wrong move. You stay still for too long, and I'm going to pick you apart.
Tries to hold the angle, waiting for that clear shot opportunity. Not sure if Lazza knows where Max's always doesn't seem like it, but playing it smart, never ever sitting still. But of course, once he lines up the shot, he's going to give him that, that half second to react. Doesn't happen, though.
Thought he'd been spotted out there. Maxizor went in for the shot. Larza needs to get into that vehicle and try and stand strong. Maxizor's just going to spray down up onto it. Snoopy starts to get in some of the fire as well, tagging Larza up, and he's just trying to run away. An Octave comes in the end, and this is where Avangard will not allow teams to just fall back.
And Asterin has actually made his rotation around the southern side as well to kind of cut them off. Smart play coming in from Avangard right here. But we need to see more of this later, because they tend to do these things. At least they have been this week. And then they will lose one guy while they're trying to do it. Broken. Oh, almost gets out over. So little HP remaining. Flips it, and down he goes with the entirety of his team.
Now, that's the only thing I can forgive, right, is the bike flips, because obviously you're being shot at. It's different because it's been taken out of the game. You're having to readjust to it again. But you still hate to see it as Avangard. What you don't hate to see is them fragging in style, and they are just hunting for us no matter where they go. And this is just them running forward and saying, hey, look, we're the big boys on the server.
But it's dangerous. They have 2 of their players still up on the northern side of the water. Mithralius, there's still 2 guys down there. Sure, now they're leaving, and that's the thing, right? You will give room for Avangard. I mean, no team will turn around and start fighting them, at least not very many.
It's the boogeyman.
But for Snoopy and Asterin to just full-on YOLOing forward like this, had it been any other team, they could have set on the ambush and waited for them. And holy Western hard shift. What is this? Lipson, Polarok saying, well, thank you. And Desperado saying, ha-ha, best idea ever to rotate south because, well, they got the entire western side of the circle now.
And Simsy, he's found his way in.
Hey,
miles away from his
hospital.
team, but he's got himself into somewhere where he can make sure he gets all the meds he needs.
This is where somehow Besiktas gets into a 4v4 in the end of the game, and Simsy has the most surprise angle ever because nobody knows he's there.
And his team are like, oh, nice to see you, Simsy.
Welcome back.
Thanks for joining us.
For those of you guys who didn't notice earlier, we do know that Besiktas loots Pachinki, and I think, well, either he had to reconnect or he just forgot to jump out of the plane or whatever the reason, but he was looting north of Stalber. So clearly a little bit of a
mishap.
A little bit of a oopsie for him, but well, at least he's still alive. Of course, he's not going to try and attract any attention to himself, but he's alive and kicking, and well, I mean, just chilling until he'll find his teammates. Logipuff and Mithralius, though, not a whole lot more they could do here for us. They're still in the top, but they just gave 4 points, make them 3 actually, to Reciprocity, a team that's right behind them. And well, if there's one thing that Reciprocity want, that is go into that final day inside the top 8.
Yeah, and that's what they'll be looking to achieve here with 14 teams remaining. With this really hard western circle we've seen, it's going to open up quite a lot of the field area as well, depending on where it goes. Reciprocity have got themselves nicely up here for any rotations continuing to come in. MYM's to be next, getting closer to them.
And that's the thing, right? You want to get up in there. You want to secure yourself a spot in the top 8 so that it's on you to stay there. When you're out, I guess it can go both ways, but if you're already in, you're going to be in a spot where you have a bigger chance to do something well. Now we see here Wizards taking a lot of fire, and an Octave finally getting a finish off. Arrows taken down, Wizards tasting a bit of their own medicine as they get gate-kipped by the CIS team in Avangard. But know what I was saying before, they want to play it smart. They want to play off of the positions, and if you're in a top 8 position, it's on you. Get more points. If you have teams above you, if you're fighting on each side of the circle, they're continuing to get kill points. There's nothing you can do about it. So get up in that top 8 and get something off with it. Max is all we've seen him, a beast with the with oh wow, recap with both action snipers already. And well, AWM to pick off. That could be a very good final game of the day for Avangard.
They are starting to come into more fights, though. They've got Sweaty Nerds and Wizards close by. They already took down one player from Wizards. Are they going to be able to get anything else done very shortly, especially with Sweaty Nerds being on the other side? It means they are pincered in the middle once again. But that is where Erangel, we've seen him multiple times get out of these positions. Now, Simsy, still just chilling. Hospital, just going to bide himself some time. He's just started to move himself out of it. But he does need to be careful because he really has zero information to work with.
Yeah, he's just scouting, moving, scouting, moving, scouting, moving. And at least for right now, he's in a pretty good spot, but we'll see that circle. Will it go down to the teammates in the swamp? No, it won't. It will go back down towards Gantka, but look at Besiktas. They have a chance now to push up and take a good position. High ground up by the observatory, and, well, Dicer. There you go. That's the wheels. Those are the ones you want to have on the ground when you're driving. And, well, he spins it around. Majestically going down the hill, but T-Bone. Well, Max is home. AWM, just talked about it. Puts it to use right off the bat.
Do not give Maxazor an AWM. He will bring the pain. He will put the hurt on you, as that looks like what Azvarin's going to try and do as well. As Reciprocity start to engage with some of the Kebab players here. We've got Sheesh and Efsa ready and waiting. Reciprocity certainly know what's going on. Those nades as well in the little part of the screen, narrowly missing the Wizards players. Oh, so close. T-Bone's thinking, count my lucky stars.
Look at the push from Master and Trace. Tries to get the info, gets T-Bone back down again. O'Connell forced to hold the angle by himself. Shots coming in immediately. That's a headshot. That's a double headshot coming in from Asterin. And no counterplay at all from O'Connell. There's simply nothing you can do when Asterin hits shots like that.
That is where it's time and time again just an everyday thing for Azvarin, right? He's like, I just spend my life in pugs doing this. Even in our scrims, I'm just popping heads. I'm making it look easy. I'm making it work. And that's exactly what he managed to get done.
This though, Dicer spots out Snoopy, knows there's one less player to deal with. There's still 3 Erangel players above you, and you don't want to buy too much time for them to do damage towards you. Can't even get the knockdown towards Snoopy. And Wizards, yet another team close to that top 8 spot. We'll have to wait at least a couple more days in order to get there.
These nades going out from Kebabs. Or at least push Reciprocity around a bit. Shiv takes a bit of damage, so they're trying to keep him at bay. And the good thing, at least for the Kebabs, is Reciprocity has no idea how many players at least here.
Yeah.
So you can play this kind of confidence game. Back away. Don't challenge us. Stay out of my way.
We see Sweaty Nerds trying to make the rotation in from the north. Andy Pate with his life and now bent down behind his bug. He's not going to grant him a lot of cover. Might be able to stay put for now, but nope, not going to happen. That's going to be Peltish saying, well, you know what? We haven't been alive late game for a while. We haven't at least been shooting your late game for a while, so let's try and see if we can do that and make it work. And there you go. 1 point added to the list for Quick Bath.
Bouldermenta just about to come through. Ultra ready and waiting. Hiding behind the rock, getting himself meted back up. Ultra will have some time to at least back away. They brought their teammate up. Besiktas trying to hold on here.
And that's the thing, right? For Colton Menza, he's trying to push in from the blue, and he has Calvin inside the circle already. So, well, I mean, he can try and get some info, but he won't be... I mean, he doesn't want to risk going down to help him and then go out because he's pinned down between both Besiktas and Team Unique. You see him just popping through those meds. I'm not sure he's going to be in time for this one. 4 HP. Oh, just exactly gets it off.
Right to the wire there, managing to get it done. Coldamenta, though, is taking so much damage, and he's just trying to stay alive at this point. He just needs to hold on. He needs to make sure that he doesn't get spotted out here, and he's just about going to have enough time to get through it.
And he's making life a lot harder for the remaining 3 Besiktas players, right? Because they're not inside the circle yet. He kept them out. There you go. Finally, Tomil finishes him off. Calvin still somewhere to be dealt with in behind those rocks down there. Probably won't be looking for an engagement, but will be playing it safe off of there. But Besiktas could have rotated a lot earlier had they not been forced to wait because of Desperado.
And this is what it comes down to, right? Calvin just trying to hold on as long as possible. That's rough. That is rough.
So
just
rough.
as you think, like, oh, we're making it through. Nope, it hard shifts up once again. This time towards the northeast, and everyone's going to have to get running. Unique still in it, though. And how many games are we able to say that Venkonas and Unique have been within these good placement opportunities?
You have Kebab sitting dead center, and you have a 3-1 split from Venkonas. Might want to consider now if you want to up to sit in Gatka or if you want to go that southern compound, because it's a dangerous split to have this late in the game. Teams will be coming in, but sure, if they have the info that no one's on the south side of the circle, that might be the player you want to wait for. For El Giganten, I would assume them to spot out, well, only one vehicle in Chesky in the center. That's what we're going to go for. But for right now, quick math, they're going down.
Erangel looking for that high kill game once again, and it is starting to work out for him. 4 players left alive. They've picked up great weapons that they want to work with. They've got a good position within the circle, and they are just looking to do more damage here.
Yeah, that dip is only going to get you one thing, and that's nades thrown towards you. And if you add in vehicles as well, that's only going to make those explosions even bigger. We see now Reciprocity. They're making that push over towards Kebabs. A little help coming in from Amorous. But in the end, it's going to be EFSA to secure himself the kill point. You see Unique trying to charm in on the shots there as well as they start pushing in. We can see it in the distance. Rashif getting the finish up onto EFSA. Unique getting in the action here as well. Multiple fights happening at the same time. Play with me, trying to see if we can get them as they're rotating, but no damage being done. As we continue, as they see Reciprocity, and there's Snoopy now engaging in a fight over on the other side of the road.
Conductive has to deliver the cover fire now. He needs to try and keep his teammates up. Snoopy's been knocked, but they don't want him to go down. Further spray being going on here from Play With Me as other teams start to rotate in, and he's able to get it done. Impressive stuff from him. How much more can he deliver? Retail shoots off the shots off towards him. Nade's going to come back out towards her, though.
Right, nades are thrown, trying to do the damage needed. Rita has to make the run off, somehow find some cover. All by herself here. She has the remaining 3 players further down. Didn't manage to get as far as the other guys on the team did. And well, this run is going to be a tough one, that's for sure. Amagala, though, pushing over in the open. Spots out Jupsik, but he's going to go down. Great shots coming in from Astrid, trying to do some damage, but he's going to go down as well. Didn't manage to get down Jupsik, but Tuho now all that's remaining for his team. Maxisor needs to do something here, because Tuho is the last remaining player, keeping him from being able to... Oh, I was going to say rest his teammate, but that's not going to matter at all anyway.
Those nades going out.
Boom.
10 kills now. Max is all the only one left alive for Erangel, but they're still able to rack up the points.
That's the thing, right? 10 kills again, but still 9 teams remaining. They could finish out outside of placement points. This is what we saw last week, that they could get these kills. They just wait a circle or 2 more to get them, and that's when it doesn't matter if they start losing players, because there'll only be 5-6 players left in the like in the end of the game, right?
Reciprocity
wow.
Still within that circle. They're going to wait for other teams that are... It's heavily Eastern teams at the moment as well, right? That are going to come in towards them, which means there's going to be this whole battle going on.
Yeah.
The Reciprocity can try and shoot up into.
And look at Venkonas. They're sitting so well inside this circle. And honestly, at this point, Shizky, just get up there. Get to your teammates. If the circle shifts away from you, it's rough, but you can make your way back down. Keeping a 3-1 split at this point in the game is... I mean, at least make it a 2-2, because it's going to be really, really dangerous at some point. But the good thing, I guess, for them is that, well, for now, I don't think anyone still has vehicles available, so nobody's really going to push them at all. But it's going to be hard for Shizky to hold everyone off, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is where it gets difficult, right? Is which directions you poke from, which directions you shoot from, because any time you get where you're leaving yourself open, you're going to get shot down and picked apart. This Calvin Klein, he may be on his own, but he's still able to do so much damage. Play With Me exploded around him and standing, trying to stay alive, trying to keep himself going as this circle is beginning to close in.
And you see Besiktas is trying to make this push over towards Shizky. This is the split you want to have. You have to be in a position where you can help out your teammates. If Shizky takes this peek and he goes down immediately, Besiktas will know, well, they can just make a run for it. But Amorous and Test, they're doing everything they can to help out their solo teammate.
Lips in, firing off some shots there. They've spotted Calvin Klein now, but Rafi joins into it. Don't stand still for too long. Don't give them an opportunity. This is what we expected to happen, as Standin's just going to barrel in the car, driving forward and wants to try and stay up. Sprayed into though, and once again, Maxisor, he's able to deliver in some way. He gets a knock with the headshot onto Shiv, and even though he's all alone, he's still going to be firing off shots regardless.
Everyone trying to stay put here. You gotta make room for yourself. Maxisor is alone. Erangel is alone. She's just alone. So many solo players in this game trying to stay alive. Calvin just exactly made it inside the circle. You see him down there behind the rock. Not a whole lot he can do from there other than wait and hope that more teams will go down before him.
Now just think of this. Besiktas got 3 players left alive. They've now got a compound. Imagine if Simsy was with them from the start and hadn't died earlier. What a great spot they would be in now.
Really wise decision from Shizky, though. He smelled the fire. You knew, well, if I stay around too long, it's going to be tricky. I know who I'm up against. Make that run off, get over to my teammates. Now 4 guys together, even if the circle shifts back down towards Besiktas, they're going to have a good chance in a 4v3 fight.
Orange Snow thrown his way forward. He can hear everything that's going on. He's just got to avoid that circle damage. It's too tough right now for him to take, as Maxisor lands another headshot. Is there anything this man can't do? He is just delivering for his team. Very true.
He doesn't hit a lot of those, does he?
He's dropping heads. He's like, hey, bodies, that's just too easy for me to hit. He's getting heavy pressure thrown off towards him, tries to get some cover, but it's not going to work out. Good effort from Max as well. He was applying pressure no matter what, but he was really pinned out in the open there.
See, Shusky did go down. Riz should be able to come in, though. Test making the run on in, and then here. Jeez, where are you hiding? Reciprocity, they are one of those really smart teams, and they will do everything they can to play this one wisely as well. Outside the circle now, though. 20 seconds to go until it's going to start closing in. Shots are being fired up towards the compound. That's the issue for Reciprocity. They cannot tunnel vision the guy inside. They have to deal with him, but they also have to be aware of the teams pushing in from the other side of the road.
Sheesh going to pop that energy drink. He's ready. He's waiting. He knows what's going to happen, and they are going to try and push him out. 3-on-1.
Gotta play it smart though, and they gotta play it together. Not a whole lot more to it than that. Calvin is trying to crawl on forward, but Besiktas say nope, not gonna happen. Buddy Tumble secures himself one more kill. Not a whole lot more to it than that. And both Orange Snow and Lipson eliminated now as well. And that's gonna be Test securing himself yet another kill. I believe that's 10 kills total for Venconis at this point. Still 4 guys up and alive and got full control of Gatka.
Oh, the push comes in. Sheesh, great awareness. He hears what's going on, tries to push into it. It's a real hard spot to fight from, but all full credit to him. Reciprocity will finish him off. Ultra, though, finding the headshot, finding the knock onto Shiv. They need to bring him back up because they have to get going real soon.
And look at Amorous. He's pushed out. He's taking the ridge out here. Really smart positioning from him. Of course, you don't want to leave yourself vulnerable to anybody. That's the benefit you have with hard cover out here in the open. If you're spotting out one angle, might just be in a spot where you get seen from the other side. So we're trying to constantly be on the move, dodge and weave, and don't let anyone get a clear shot on you.
Full focus by all the teams onto Reciprocity, knowing that they're going to have to come out into the open first here. Amorous got himself in a nice spot, pushed forward, got the backup of his team. Besiktas just waiting for it all to unfold, and once they hear those shots, then it's time for them to engage as well. Scoom gets Nox's neck, and Venconis, they are not done yet.
No, Venconis, they've set themselves up in a pretty smart split. Amorous is the front liner here, but a lot of help coming in from his teammates. And there you go, full team eliminated. Tummel securing himself a vote, but Venconis, top 2 spot with 12 kills. Sure, they got themselves a good spot center, but they've been playing it extremely wise all the game through, and now look at the circle shift. It's going to go away from Besiktas compound.
But we spoke about this, Toby, right? A team like Venconis, who are down in 15th place at the moment, just them getting a crazy amount of kills in a game like this upsets the balance so much for everyone else. Great work from them. We knew they could do it. They had to qualify to get here, but we just hadn't seen it. This is such a massive improvement from one team. I am impressed.
And this is the point system, right? You will get punished if you don't get active, but there's always a chance. You can always get back. You just need these crazy high kill wins because, I mean, they will bounce you way, way, way up there because the points are so essential when it comes to getting a lot of points in these circles. Or in these games, I mean.
Proning forward. This reminds me of Solid Snake moments, right? Just pushing forward, trying to make it work, trying to be nice and stealthy with it all. Besiktas, they can sit in this one forward compound, right? But it's the last bit that's left in for them.
All they have to do, if Sheski and Amir, see them crawling right here, can get into a position where Besiktas don't see them and then wait for the next circle. Amorous and Test, they need to attract all the attention up to them, have Besiktas push out of the building, because they will have to with the next circle being the dead center one. They will have to leave. Amir, and Sheski, do not shoot before they leave, because you will have an insane surprise position. And Amorous, please don't get knocked. All you have to do, you know they have to leave the compound. They have to leave the compound in 25 seconds, because it's 10 seconds from the next circle until it closes in. Wait. Do not peek. Do not do anything. Just wait. Do not start shooting. Please just wait.
Or will they wait as the snakes in the grass make their way forward? The circle's coming in, but they've got a little bit more time before it comes in any further. And Venconis, they can smell the blood of their victims. They want to secure their first win here, and it would be a high kill win as well. Besiktas, though, trying to hold in there, trying to stand strong. It's all down to this crazy waiting game.
This is so smart. If they can pull this off with Shiski and Amir Moore's positioning, insanely smart. Now they throw nades.
Move.
It's dangerous, Shiski. Keep rolling. You do not want to take this much damage from... What are you doing? Don't start healing.
Okay, he's not used to this. This is where the pressure starts to unfold. This is a position they've not had to fire into. Amayamore starts it off. Ultra goes down. A second knock comes in. This is looking strong. Can Venconis get their first win? It's up to Test and Amorous now to push in. There's only one player left alive, or two even. It's Tomil and Lux. Shots coming in. Further damage Lux, what can you do? You're snaking it up. The nades have come out towards you. He's had no kills thus far. 6 in total for his team. He's trying to get it done, but he's been spotted out. Venconas just need to land it, and that's what they do. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, and Venconas, 24 points to end off day 1 of week 3. What an absolutely incredible...